And I would like you to join. Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Swami Jai Jagadish Hare. जनों के संकट छल में दूर करे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे। मात पिता तुम मेरे, शरण करूं मैं किसकी, प्रभु शरण करूं मैं किसकी, तुझ बिन और न दूजा, प्रभु तुझ बिन और न दूजा, आस करूं मैं जिसकी, ओम जय जगदीश हरे। प्रभु बिन और न दूजा is a literal translation of the basis of Islamic faith. La ilaha illallah. There is not God, there is no God but one God. It is so comforting to see that while the parts of the world is unfortunately engaged in senseless warfare, destruction, and loss of innocent life, we have assembled here for such an auspicious occasion. Now I request you to join me in offering a prayer for this temple. O God of mankind, bless this temple with your kindness and favor, and make it an embodiment of peace, compassion, and love. May the worshippers of this temple are inspired to be righteous, loving, and truthful, and become a humble servant to help everyone, irrespective of caste, creed, and nationality. Amen.
Representing the Native Americans is Mr. Sam Fast Buffalo, who's going to give us prayers or imbibement of the superpowers in the native race. Mr. Buffalo. Now I request from the Vedant Society, Swami Shankar Purpandanji, to please light the lantern and bless this temple and give us a few words. Swami.
Om Vasato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityor Ma Amritam Gamaya. Lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. I am very happy to see that our Hindu community here in Portland could manage to erect a beautiful temple, not yet completed, it will come later. Temple is very important in spiritual life. Temple is the place of God. The moment you see, this is nothing but a structure, nothing but same material as you do in other houses. But the difference is, it reminds you of God. So that's why temple is important. There you get more vibration. You all of you will come and you are praying to God, and you get more vibration. So it is extremely important in spiritual life. You can say, well, why not in my own apartment? That's fine. But here, in the temple, you get more vibration. You all come to think of God, to pray to God. So here, vibration is more strong than in your apartment. So you need that. And one thing I must tell you, that this Hinduism started, as you know, thousands and thousands of years ago. And a very, very important phenomenon in this journey was, in Sanskrit it was called Ekam Sat, Vipra Bhuta Vadanti. Truth is one, sages called by various names. So you'll never hear any time that Hindus following of that Hanumanji decided to kill all the followers of, say, Kali. Never. You see here the picture of Vishnu. So they adore Vishnu. Vishnu is all everywhere, beyond name, beyond form. Again, when they will praise Hanumanji, Hanumanji is everywhere. It may seem confusing. Many times when I go to schools, colleges, university, last week I was in the Pacific University, students naturally ask question that in your Hinduism there are so many gods and goddesses, in our tradition only one, so we get confused. Then I ask them, when you go to Fred Meyer or other store to get a bread, do you get only one bread? Oh no, there are so many. Why? Why not only one bread? Oh no, we have all different tastes. Ah, that's it. So that is our tradition, that our teachers knew that we all vary. So if you want money, do you want money? Oh yeah, go to Lakshmi. So we have got one goddess for that. Really? Yes. Now do you want learning, education? Oh yeah, we have one goddess. Oh, do you have female goddess also? I say, oh yeah, we have lots. And when they ask, I start telling names, then they get scared. Oh, do you have so many? I say, yeah. They say that our population of gods and goddesses is more than our human population. So why? And then again you find that side by side, no form of God, no name of God, absolute impersonal, called Nirakar sadhana, like Ramana Maharshi did. That's fine. With all the names, all the forms, without any name, without any form, that's fine. That is our basic tone, which was tuned 5,000 years ago, and it is being still played in all our temples. Now before I conclude, I must read to you one of the greatest lectures given by our great leader Swami Vivekananda, who came to America in 1893. He was a great spiritual leader of our country in India. Then he came all over the world and gave a lecture on Hinduism, Vedantism and all these different spiritual matters. In India, we take a vow to visit all the 4 holy places called Chaturdham. One is the North India called Kedarnath, then to the east called Puri Dham, to the west Dwaraka, then to south called Rameswaram. Now Vivekananda went there in Rameswaram temple. It is so interesting to note that this lecture, what I am going to read, given by Swami Vivekananda, short one, it is inscribed in front of the temple of Rameswaram. Now this is a short lecture addressed at the Rameswaram temple on real worship. So I request you all to remember this content, and then you will get the benefit of the temple. I am just reading what Swami Vivekananda said. It is in love that religion exists, and not in ceremony, in the pure and sincere love in the heart. Unless a man is pure in body and mind, his coming into a temple and worshipping Shiva is useless. The prayers of those that are pure in mind and body will be answered by Shiva, and those that are impure and yet try to reach religion to others will fail in the end. External worship is only a symbol of internal worship, but internal worship and purity are the real things. Without them, external worship would be of no avail. Therefore, you must all try to remember this. People have become so degraded in this Kali Yuga that they think they can do anything and then they can go to a holy place and their sins will be forgiven. If a man goes with an impure mind into a temple, he adds to the sins that he had already and goes home a worse man than when he left it. Tirtha, place of pilgrimage, is a place which is full of holy things and holy men. But if holy people live in a certain place and if there is no temple there, even that is a tirtha, pilgrimage. If unholy people live in a place where there may be 100 temples, the tirtha has vanished from that place. And it is most difficult to live in a tirtha, for if sin is committed in an ordinary place, it can easily be removed, but sin committed in a tirtha cannot be removed. This is the gist of all worship, to be pure and to do good to others. He who has seen Shiva in the poor, in the weak and in the diseased really worships Shiva. If he sees Shiva only in the image, his worship is but preliminary. He who has served and helped one poor man, seeing Shiva in him without thinking of his caste or creed or race or anything, with him Shiva is more pleased than with the man who sees him only in temples. A rich man had a garden and 2 gardeners. One of these gardeners was very lazy, did not work, but when the owner came to the garden, the lazy man would get up and fold his arms and say, "How beautiful is the face of my master," and dance before him. The other gardener would not talk much, but would work hard and produce all sorts of fruits and vegetables, which he would carry on his head to his master, who lived a long way off. Of these 2 gardeners, which would be the most beloved of his master? Shiva is their master and this world is his garden. And there are 2 sorts of gardeners here. The one who is lazy, hypocritical and does nothing, only talking about Shiva's beautiful eyes and nose and other features, and the other who is taking care of Shiva's children. All those who are poor and weak, all animals and all his creation. Which of these would be the more beloved of Shiva? Certainly he that serves his children. He who wants to serve the Father must serve his children first. He who wants to serve Shiva must serve his children, must serve all creatures in this world first. It is said in the Shastra that those who serve the servants of God are his greatest servants. So you will bear this in mind. Let me tell you again that you must be pure and help anyone who comes to you as much as lies in your power. And this is good karma. By the power of this, the heart becomes pure, chitta suddhi, and then Shiva, who is residing in everyone, will become manifest. He who is always in the heart of everyone. If there is dirt and dust on a mirror, we cannot see our image. So, ignorance and wickedness are the dirt and dust that are on the mirror of our hearts. Selfishness is the chief sin, thinking of ourselves first. He who thinks, "I will eat first, I will have more money than others, and I will possess everything." He who thinks, "I will get there to heaven before others, I will get mukti before others," is the selfish man. The unselfish man says, "I will be lost. I do not care to go to heaven. I will even go to hell if by doing so I can help my brothers." This unselfishness is the test of religion. He who has more of this unselfishness is more spiritual and nearer to Shiva. Whether he is learned or ignorant, he is nearer to Shiva than anybody else, whether he knows it or not. If a man is selfish, even though he has visited all the temples, seen all the places of pilgrimage, and painted himself like a leopard, is still further off from Shiva. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Swamiji. I have great pleasure in welcoming the Chief of Police of Beaverton, Chief Bishop, and his second in command, Captain Gibson. And one important person here without whom we would not be sitting here, the First Lady and the Mayor of the City of Tiger, Mr. Griffith and Mrs. Griffith. Mr. Griffith has just recently undergone surgery, and I was not sure whether he was going to make it today. And I kept on insisting his secretary that we won't keep him long, and if Mrs. Griffith is with him, then I'm sure he will be pretty safe. So I am really grateful for you to be here with us, sir and ma'am, and thank you for bringing your husband with us. To get this building done and to get the permits done, this beautiful structure, thanks to Mr. Amrish Patel, our construction personality. When we got our permits, we went to the City of Tiger, sir. This is for Mr. Griffith. We have an omen of cracking the coconut. It's a hard shell. Inside it's very soft. The water that comes out from within is very sweet. It's a good omen for us to crack the coconut. When we finish all our functions, we either start the function by cracking a coconut or we end the function by cracking the coconut. So when we got our final permit from the City of Tiger, sir, for our temporary occupancy permit, I went to your city steps and I cracked a coconut. Saying that, please, let us not go in and out of the city steps anymore. And I am assuring you, sir, the city manager and your city officials were very, very helpful to us, and we are grateful to you and your officials to allow us to get this structure done up in such a fast time and get the occupancy permit. And Amrish, I know you did a lot of running around. We are very, very grateful for that. And now request Chief Bishop to please come up and light the lantern and then say a few words.
First of all, it's extremely gratifying to be here this afternoon. I just want to clarify a couple things. Number one, if you're outside and you see the real shiny shoes sitting next to some shoes that are not so shiny, the shiny ones are mine and the others are the captain. Just want to make that very clear. I am proud and I am very pleased to be here. I recognize some very good friends of mine that are here seeing, so this even makes it warmer and more exciting. One of the things we often talk about in law enforcement today is community policing. And personally speaking, I feel it should be community government. And having the mayor from the Tiger here, I can seriously say this, Beaverton and Tiger, basically, there are no boundaries. We work together as far as law enforcement. But I think when we talk about the community government, community policing, this is the prime example of what we shoot for. This is what we really try and achieve. Bringing everybody together as one, forming the partnerships, bringing us together to be sharing and joining together and working together. And I think that's really important. That's what we strive for. And I think we're accomplishing when we're invited to functions such as this. I am proud to be here, as I stated before. I'm proud to represent the city of Beaverton. I'm proud to say that I'm a very close partner of the city you're in. You're very close to Beaverton. Maybe one day we'll take you in. Is it giving me nasty looks? No, we're not going to be taking Tigard. And Tigard's a very strong city and a very good city. their new chief is a very good friend. We do look forward. I know many of you live in Beaverton, and we look forward to working with you and continuing the partnership. And once again, I thank you for inviting us to be here this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. May I now request the Mayor of Tiger, Mr. Jim Griffith, to please light the lantern. And Mrs. Griffith, you can accompany him to do that honor, and then Mr. Griffith will say a few words.
Thank you very much. To carry on with what our visiting dignitaries had to say here, I hope they got their visas stamped to get into our city. One of the amusing things that I noted on coming in here, and I guess I'm going to have to talk to the staff and see if we can get a little bit surly, because we have traffic backed up out there almost to the Safeway store. So if they're grumping about traffic control in Tigard, sorry folks, but we're delighted as a city and myself personally to have you in this temple, the only one in the state of Oregon here. We're delighted to have you here. We welcome you here, and we're looking forward to your continual growth here. We think you have demonstrated your excellent taste to put something with the name of Portland on it in a good city of Tigard. But it's part of the fun that we have in joking with the various communities around this area. But you will find that Tigard is a quieter, much quieter community and a very aggressive community. And we're delighted to have you here. If there's anything that we at City Hall can do to assist you or myself, they certainly know where to find us, and we're always available to help when and where we can. We can't 100% solve everything, but we can sure give it a go. But again, I'd like to welcome you here and thank you for choosing this area to set this beautiful facility. And we're looking forward to the temple being very, very successful here. And if there's an official thing that one of the mayors can do, if you haven't already received your certificate of compliance for opening this, I guess that I can basically or legally say that to declare this an open legal building. And wish you and your family and your friends the very, very best of luck here. So thank you very much.
See, Amrish, creating that coconut did help us, didn't it? We got the permits. So we are very grateful, Mayor Griffith. I request Bharat Bhai to welcome, though they've already said their words to us. But so we welcome our guests with a Vermilion Tilak and offer you a flower of gratitude for being with us. Now I'd request Shri Bharat Bhai to come up and say a few words. Before that, I'd like to do the honors of introducing Swamiji to us.
Uh, I know that God works in the mysterious ways, but this is the proof. And throughout the process, I happened to come to know Swamiji like 1 month after he has moved to Portland. And I have known Swamiji very closely, and I love him dearly, of course. And everything that I have seen in his life, and throughout the process that we are today in this building, is really, to me, I really do not care whether there is a God or not. But if you study this, what happened, you have to say, yes, there is something. So grace is always there. Grace has to be there, otherwise nothing happens. However, when the yogis develop a state of mind, he can achieve anything in the nature. And if you want to see that, this is what our beloved Swamiji is. So Swamiji, from my bottom of the heart, I really thank you so much that I cannot describe my love for you. Please give a round of applause. Please give a round of applause to Swamiji. So on behalf of all of you, I'm just standing here. But again, Swamiji, thank you for your determination and your love and your bhakti and your seva and your goal to be. You have left your home, but we really feel very blessed that you come here and given us this dream and this hope. We are doing all these things. I have been telling the Oregon Reporter and other reporters that we are doing this not for myself, not for my family. This is for future generation. This is for generations to come, and that is what. It's a great blessing and it's a great honor for you to be here and witness this great event. Hari Om Tat Sat.